And you're good.
Right.
So Ovechkin
the big
did
news. Finally, geez.
It took him all season.
1,500 games. Yeah.
Fuck, he did it though.
Yeah. 895.
Mm-hmm.
In very OV-like fashion. Not on the power play, but from his spot. Like it was.
It was the power play.
It was perfect. Was it a power play? I thought it wasn't on the power play.
It was the power play.
Oh, I was so just taken up with the goal itself that.
Yeah. I watched the Chicago game being like, okay, he's only 3 away. I'm going to watch this because, expecting it, right?
Yeah.
And then he only got the 2 and I was like, okay, well, it was cool. I got to watch him tie it.
But again, the tying one was picture perfect from his office.
Yep. And so I was like, cool. And then I was like, well, crap. The Islanders one is going to be at 9:30 in the morning. I don't know if I'm going to be up at 9:30 in the morning. You are. I know. What?
I missed it live. I had to watch.
You missed it?
Missed it. It was worth it. I was having an amazing daddy-daughter day.
Okay.
We went to the zoo. We got ice cream. We ran some errands. So totally worth it.
No, that's fine. But my story of it, I slept in. I slept in. I slept in until like 10:30, and I looked at the score and checked the news to see if he scored yet, and I was like, oh, it's 2-0. The Capitals haven't scored at all. And so I turned on the game, and shortly after I turned on the game, power play, goal. And I was like, well, thank you for waiting for me.
That's how it was with me with watching the Chicago game. I turned it on a little late, but it was just in time for him to tie it up.
Yeah. So I was like, cool, he scored it, watched the celebration, watched the speeches, watched that all that. And I was like, well, I don't need to watch the rest of this game. Continue with my day.
Well, that's why I'm trying to pull it up now. I wish this was my joke. It was so good. But Pete Blackburn. Who I just maybe it wasn't on Twitter. It was somewhere. Posted that Ovi did the impossible. He got the entire Hockey Nation to watch an Islanders game.
He did. Because we've talked about how we don't care about the Islanders. He did.
That was the most magical thing about that game.
Yep. But I turned it off after. So like I didn't care anymore.
Yeah, subconsciously, I'm just like, you know what, kid, let's go to the zoo. We don't need to watch the Islanders. It's okay.
I thought it was funny that after the Chicago game, people were already like on it with trying to like buy tickets to the Islanders game, and like the cheapest ticket being like $902, I think it was the cheapest. And
all I was seeing was like 1,300.
The cheapest that was the 900. After that was all in the like over 1,000. And I saw somebody tweet out being like, imagine spending over $1,000 to go to an Islanders game just to not watch him score the goal.
Yeah.
I
mean, you have like, there's a good chance.
There's a good chance, but like just imagine spending that kind of money and it's just a normal game.
Now, let me ask you this, because you are a LA Kings season ticket holder.
Mm-hmm.
You were at the Capitals game.
Yes.
Where before he broke his leg, it looked like he could have broken the record there.
Yeah.
Now let's say the night before, when the Capitals were, or the game before, when the Capitals were in Anaheim,
mm-hmm.
Same thing happens. Let's say he ties it in Anaheim.
Mm-hmm.
The next game in Los Angeles, very good chance that he's going to break that record. What's the number that you accept to sell that ticket?
Okay, so mine
or
are
do
not.
You? Yeah.
So mine are not nosebleeds. If it happened at that Kings game, In the second period, just like it did in the Islanders game, he would have scored on the side I sat.
So you would have had a great view for it, for
yes,
history.
For history.
For history.
For history. So, and you've seen my view. I'm right at the goal. I'm right now. Yeah,
it's
right
a great view.
Perfect view.
But your seats are, they're not cheap.
No,
I don't know if you want to throw a number out for average of like what it might go for on StubHub or SeatGeek.
So for my seat, for a game like that, it would have probably been around $6,000. Maybe more.
I'm talking like Thursday night against Utah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like what your ticket is normally
about $150.
Couple $100, $150.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It could be more. Utah would be $150. If it was like Oilers, it's closer to $200.
Right. Yeah. But that's the price range that you're looking at for a normal game.
Yeah.
Now let's say $6,000 is the scalping rate for the Ovechkin game. Do you accept $6,000 or do you witness history?
Me being such a hockey lover, yeah, I witness history. Honestly, like, that $6,000 is not money I had before. I'm not gonna miss it, and I get to watch history, and good history, because being a fucking millennial has gone through a lot of bad shit. So I get to watch good history. And I didn't get to see the Kings win their Stanley Cups in person. I didn't get those moments. I got, the closest thing I got was watching Dustin Brown's banner go up or Luke's banner go up. Like, those are the only ones I really ever got to experience. So to watch a goal like that happen in person, nothing can replace that. Unless you're offering me like $20 million. I'm not selling my ticket.
That one's probably not happening. If it was a Capitals home game, like I can see like $10,000 being in the.
Oh yeah.
Not reasonable, but I can see that happening. Like, do you take 10 if someone's like, here you go, $10,000 for your seat?
It needs to be in the millions for me to be able to sell my ticket for something like that, because that is a huge history moment. Like, it's not just like, oh, he's beating.
You're forgetting something though.
What?
He's tied the record the game before. You're just assuming.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Now it could have played out the same way as we saw, and the Kings shut the Capitals out 3-0, and then we don't get the goal or the $10,000.
Yeah, exactly. So like.
Yeah, $10,000. I think that's a reasonable number. Because then I get the money and I get the story that you'll never believe what happened that night. I bought a car because I got $10,000.
I don't think I would sell. Like, I've been playing with the idea because I get playoff seats, not for all games. I get it for one for each round. And I'm like, do I sell my second round ticket if the Kings make it? Like, is that something I'm willing to do? Like, I've been playing with the idea because I'm like, but obviously I'm not selling if they make it to the fucking final, I'm not selling that ticket. But those are things that I have thought in my head. Like, last season I thought it too, because when I was like, oh, the Kings are not winning this series, like, I thought about selling my ticket for my seat, because I'm just like, I might as well just make some money on it, because my ticket was worth $500 on StubHub for the first round game that I had.
That's not bad.
No, I would have made money. Not a lot, but I would have made money. Pay off maybe a bill, maybe splurge a little bit on a jersey. I don't know. Like,
or you can just put it towards next season's tickets, and then
that too. So like, I thought about it, but like, I think it depends on the situation, the day before, or how the series is going, to want me to sell that ticket. I understand there's other people who probably don't really care as much and will just sell tickets for the money. But yeah, I think I would have chose watching history be made, honestly.
Yeah, I think up to $10,000, I probably would have done the same. If someone's just like, here you go, I've sent the Venmo. I'm like, all right, I'm good.
Money's in my
Yeah,
account. I'm ready to go.
I'll watch it on TV. Have this would have been cool. The ceremony was great. They did a fantastic job. That was a lot longer than 7 minutes.
So, are you happy that it was longer than 7 minutes?
I
It
am happy
wasn't
it was longer.
8, but
I didn't want it to be rushed off the ice. I think Ovi gave a great speech. He was
yeah,
phenomenal. He was funny. It was short and sweet.
yeah.
Gretzky did a great job. I love that Gretzky wore the Gordie Howe pin.
Mm-hmm.
That I thought was a nice little touch.
Yeah.
I think everyone, all in all, they did a great job.
Yeah, no, I agree. It was a good moment.
Yeah. I
I
loved all the videos of Ovi just being handed beers and grabbing beers at every chance afterwards.
It's a good thing they have 3 days in between that game and their next game. So a little bit of a break. I liked the joke about that when Gretzky broke the record that he got a Rolls Royce out of it, and
He said it twice. He said it on
yeah,
the ice and in the locker room. So I think
yeah, he
it's less
really
of a
wants
joke.
he really wants Ovi to get his car.
Yeah,
Yeah, and which
and I hope he does.
coaches aren't like GMs are not allowed to do that, but like I guess
No,
Bettman
but
is working in a way for it to happen because of this special occasion.
well, Ted Leonsis, the owner of the team, was there both times.
Yeah,
Like he was standing next to Gretzky's, and he's got money for a Rolls Royce in the cushions
yeah.
of his couch. Like
Well,
that's not a big deal.
and Gretzky joked that if Ovechkin makes it to 900, Gretzky himself will buy him a car.
Which is only 5 goals away. Like
right? Like he can do that.
Doable.
He could do it before the end of the season. I know we only have a week left, but he could do it.
That should have been the caveat. Is you've got 5 games, 5 goals. If you could do it by the end of the season, I'll buy you a car. Maybe not a Rolls Royce, but.
And Ovechkin also just like turned down being on Fallon to focus on getting ready for the playoffs. So like he's still locked in, even though he hit that huge milestone. He's still like nope, keep focused, keep going. Even though he partied, and he's probably still partying.
He's probably still partying. Maybe not as much because now he's got the 2 kids. Like he didn't have. He had maybe one when he won the cup, but now he's got 2. He's dad. Which when he tied the record, I love that he kept skating over to the corner where his kid was sitting. And
it was really adorable.
And the high fives there.
Yeah.
But no, it was good. It's really good. And now Gretzky 1 goal away from tying the record. Oh, he can do it.
Never gonna happen.
Come back.
Nope. No, it was great. I'm glad that it feels like kind of a huge relief that Ovechkin's finally done it, just because it's like, okay, we can move on and focus on other things. Yeah. I think as a NHL as a whole, we're all like, cool. Let's now turn our attention to playoffs.
I'm ready for the play. I'm a little sad that it's over because it has been something nice to check in on.
Yeah. Like
every night, I'm like, oh, the Capitals played last night. Did Ovi get one? Ah, shit. Or he got 2. Great.
I think the timing of it ending is perfect, though. Yeah. It gives a buffer, like to appreciate it happening and all that stuff before playoffs start.
And I'm sad yet respect the fact that in the Blackhawks game, the coach said you can go out there for the empty net, and Ovi said no.
No,
like, didn't want to break it on the empty net, so that's cool.
I like that too. That was really nice because I think he wanted to feel like he deserved and earned that last goal to break the record.
Which was his first goal that he scored against Ilya Sorokin.
Yep. And he's got a child.
Stick, or he's getting the stick. Name. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he gave
he got the stick. Sorokin's going to give him the glove. That's it at the end of the season.
And they're also they took the net away. That's going like all that stuff is going. It's just all of it. It's gonna be preserved and sitting in Hockey Hall of Fame and all that stuff. They're gonna need to maybe like do a traveling museum with it or something. Just
it's Yeah, I think we talked about this last week.
That they're doing something in
Not on the
Russia.
show. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Ovi has his own museum, and a lot of the stuff is going there.
But I think with the one breaking the record is going to go to the NHL's stuff.
I can imagine a world where, like, for the Stanley Cup final, like, they parade the cup around.
Yeah.
And they'll do, like, big experiences in the city. I can see a world where, like, here's the puck.
Yeah.
We're bringing that to the Stanley Cup, especially if Washington's in it.
Yeah. Well, they also do that kind of with the draft. They bring historical stuff. So, like, maybe they'll bring it to the LA draft.
Which, two things about that. One, we need to figure out tickets.
I don't think they've gone on sale yet.
Yeah. And two, this is going to be a one and done draft. This is the first decentralized where no one's going to be there.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently this is also going to be the last decentralized where no one's going to be there. Everyone thought it was a great idea and that they'd save money. And then as we get closer and closer to the draft, all the organizations are like, yeah, we don't like this.
Yeah.
So we have the opportunity to go to a one-off type of draft.
Which, that's cool. And the tickets...
Cool. There'll be a lot of players, but like the fun thing of like, you and I walking around and be like, holy shit, there's this person from that team, that person from this team, is not going to happen.
Yeah.
Because those people aren't going to be there. The Kings will be, presumably, but they also might just be locked up in the building next door and not showing up to the event itself.
Some players might be there, and it won't be probably any of like the bigger.
No, and again, they'll probably be in the offices as opposed to the theater, because they're doing a whole big interactive video thing. It's probably going to be pretty cool, but also going to be kind of lame.
Yeah, I think it's fun for the experience.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll figure out tickets. Well, that's something we can get to get. We'll figure out. I'll most likely will get notified.
Yeah.
Anyways, when it happens, so I'll let you know.
We'll be relying on you for this one.
Yeah. I get information, like a lot of information, so I'll probably have it when it's ready. Because right now, the organization's really just focusing on playoffs.
Yeah,
like that's just the main priority right now is playoffs. Which it felt for a while that it's like, okay, we're going to be in this back and forth situation of don't know who's going to be home first, but it's really starting to feel like Kings are going to be home first.
Starting to get that feeling. I'm not 100% convinced yet.
No. But it's really starting to feel that way because, man, those Oilers are just falling apart.
They're falling apart. They've lost the last two. McDavid is supposed to be back this week, supposedly, maybe, question mark.
But Draisaitl went out again.
Draisaitl's out again. I don't know if Skinner's been playing.
No, they're like all injured. They're almost all of them are injured at this point. I know not all of them. Like Bouchard's still there, and
Bouchard's
but that's Bouchard. He's easy to skate around.
This point, they're probably saving Kane for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because I think some of the early projections were that he's supposed to be back by now, which you would think with McDavid and Draisaitl being out, maybe they bring him back, but also maybe there's like, we're dropping like flies. Let's not get him hurt too.
Yeah, because they really just like Draisaitl came back for a game and got hurt again. And just like, ooh, it's rough for them right now.
Which I'm not saying good, but also.
Oh, it feels
because the 3 playoff series that they've played so far, like each year, like Doughty's been gone, Fiala's been gone. There was someone else who missed most of a playoff series. Like it's every
never
year
been
there's been someone who's been pretty
Kings
injured.
Team. They've played against not a fully healthy Kings team. And like the Kings are not that healthy at the moment either. Like Turcotte.
Turcotte and
Jeannot. And now I think Edmondson is hurt too.
Oh no, that's not good.
He's day to day. I think he'll be okay. So, and Doughty's not feeling great, which he didn't play last night. But it's okay if he takes some off time before playoffs so he can feel better for playoffs.
Yeah. Well, and the reports with him are that he hasn't been 100%.
No,
he hasn't
he
truly
hasn't
come back from the injury
no.
yet. So, and he still looked, good. He doesn't look Drew Doughty good, but he looks
good enough,
better than most NHL player good.
Yeah. So like the Kings aren't fully healthy either, but there is still a lot more potential with this Kings team than there has been in the past when it comes to playoffs. At this moment, and like I know last night we played without two of our top guys because we didn't play with Doughty, and Kempe had to leave early.
Kempe's out, yeah.
Yeah, not injury. He's fine.
But it's just personal.
Yeah, and it's a good personal. So we know what that means. The dad energy, the dad power.
He's going to win a cup. He's winning the cup.
He's winning the cup. We're winning the cup. Yeah.
And he's going to put his little newborn baby in it, and it's going to be adorable. Yeah.
Yep. His new little girl. Yay, another girl. The Kings, I swear the Kings have more daughters than any other team.
Yeah, because girl dad energy is even better than just normal dad energy.
I think almost every single one of them is a girl dad, who has kids. I think every single one of them. But yeah. So yeah, so he'll be back for the next game. And maybe. If Doughty and if Doughty decides to take that game off as well, it's not going to be that much of a hardship. And it's the Ducks, which I mean they're probably going to play to try to ruin our life, but it's the Ducks.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's the Ducks, but the Ducks want to ruin the party, and at this point, Edmonton and LA are tied in the stand or with games remaining.
Yeah.
One of which is against each other, but there's only 4 points between them, which doesn't sound like much.
But
this time of year, it's a massive deal. Every game matters.
Oh yeah, even if it would have been awesome if the Kings could have won last night against the Kraken, because that would have put them 6 points above the Oilers. But the Ducks beating the Oilers really helped us out. So thanks for doing us a solid. Thank you, Ducks. That was great.
But that's the example is the Ducks just beat the Oilers, which granted the Oilers are injured. It's still the Oilers and they're still the Ducks. It shouldn't have happened.
I'm going to sidebar about the whole Ducks Oilers thing. Did you see all the, you didn't see all the fans complaining about Gudis elbowing Corey Perry in the face?
No. But now I want to.
There's so many Oilers fans who are upset about it. I mean, how is that not a penalty? He should be suspended. And I'm it's fucking Corey Perry who got elbowed. Calm down.
And it's Radko Gudis. It's...
Calm down. It's okay. Yeah. It's not like they just elbowed McDavid.
Gudis. Elbow Perry. Let's see. You'd think that would pop up something immediately, but it's a lot of UFC and then Corey Perry elbowing people.
Oh, because Corey Perry does that. Let me see if I can just scroll through Twitter and find it real quick.
I think, this was a post from 23 hours ago. All right, let's see here. Loading, because my computer doesn't long for this world.
Excuse me, hiccups.
Oh, shit. He knocked the hell out of him. Oh, I thought that was his helmet. That was a glove that went flying. You know what? It wasn't much of an elbow.
No, it's not that bad. It's not as egregious as people are trying to make it out to
No,
be.
in real time and from distance, it looks terrible. Gudas caught him at the shoulder though. That's
Yeah.
And Perry sold it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
100% Perry sold it.
Oh yeah, because Perry knows how to do that shit. That's what he's been doing his whole career.
Yeah. Which again, 10 years ago, I would have given him a piggyback up the 5.
I still say
that's
no.
the kind of shithead that you need.
I don't like him. I'm good with Janelle being our shithead, which we need back.
Janelle's a good shithead.
Malott is a good shithead.
My boy Malott is.
I love Malott. I am so sad his goal got credited. I am so sad. That was such a pretty goal. It was so pretty.
That was. That's okay. It's just a chance for him to do it over.
Yeah, I felt so bad because I'm like, oh, that was beautiful. It was beautiful. But no, stupid fucking offsides. Fucking Oilers ruining our fucking day, but then we just beat them, so it's like whatever.
That kind of offsides is the kind that should not exist. It took so long. Like, I'm remembering this right?
Oh yeah.
Like it took way too long
to determine.
It was pixels of a difference.
No, we've talked about that before, where there's like if it doesn't take them what.
It should be like 30. You should look at it
40
and be
seconds.
Like,
yeah.
Oh, that was close. Let me slow it down, and then give it 1 or 2 goes there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, just. They have the technology. They use it in tennis. If the ball's close to the line, they know because there's sensors in the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we have some sensors in the puck. Let's just add more sensors to the ice.
Yeah.
Goal line, blue line. That's it.
Yeah. Well, and then, okay, so backing it up to the game before that one, the Utah game, and how weird that one was with the goal, where Toronto stepped in and said it was a goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever experienced that before. That was a weird one. For the Kings, at least.
That one was, it's because of the way that it went in. Like, even watching all the replays and knowing where the puck was supposed to end up, I still couldn't see it.
Yeah.
Until they showed the overhead.
Yeah. So that was a weird one too. So just some weird goal call situations with these games in the past few.
That's right. It's a sport that's almost 110 years old, and we're still getting new things, still being surprised.
Well, I mean, it took them how long to decide that they needed to wear helmets?
That was in the 80s, so that was 40 years ago.
Yeah, and then they were like, wait, maybe we should also wear visors.
That one's still new.
Yeah.
Which with that one, Ryan Reeves went down to the AHL. And I didn't see how it turned out, but there was an issue with him and the visors.
Because he wouldn't wear one?
He's grandfathered into the NHL rules.
Yeah.
But the AHL, it's mandatory. So
yeah.
Now it's not the time. I need to look up to see how that ended up. But it raised an eyebrow.
But you know what I mean? Like, they're very slow to getting.
That's one of the issues with the league. Not with the sport. The sport's fantastic, but the NHL is stupid. Because that cards should be mandatory after what happened last year.
Oh yeah, it should have been mandatory before that, but like it's now mandatory in the AHL, but it's not mandatory in the NHL, and only a few players, a handful. I can only picture.
All the cut resistant stuff
right now
should be mandatory. The gloves, the sleeves, the socks.
Yeah.
You're playing on knife shoes.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. Well, and the sticks cut too.
The sticks cut, but it's not as big
not sharp. Yeah, not as sharp as the blades, but the sticks do cut as well. So like.
And I'll admit, like, I like the visor for the protection.
Mm-hmm.
I will listen to an argument for like full face shields, and if they ever make the change, I'll say okay.
Yeah.
But also, I'm like, I don't necessarily want to see that.
I don't either.
Just A, aesthetically, it's not pleasing, and B, say what you want to about fights. It's part of the game, and you
And that would make it
cannot do that.
so much difficult. Well, did you see oh my god, who was it? Who
The Carolina
grabbed
fight?
Yes, where they grabbed the the shield?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and those two teams play tomorrow.
Probably. Yeah. So like that makes it kind of another place for players to just grab on and do shit like that.
Which you can't
I'm
do with a full bubble. You
no.
can do it with a cage, though. You can get your fingers in there and just wreck somebody.
Yeah. So I'm like if players want to wear it on their own accord, okay, fine, whatever. But I don't think players should have to. The shields though make sense. It is a little bit more of a protection because I think we've seen it quite often, even just in the past few games, where the puck has hit one of the players in the shield, and if it didn't hit them in the shield, it would have been like if it was there that wasn't there, that would have been a concussion protocol or could have done lots of damage to their face.
Well, to be fair, like 80% of the plays these guys make should be concussion protocol.
Yeah.
But every time they get slammed into the boards, like, because it's not the problem with that is they always get pulled after a big head injury, but that's usually not the case.
Yeah.
Like it's just as much that they just get the hit to the boards. That's the whiplash effect.
The whiplash can be damaging. But the Vises, I think that's one that's like, yep, that's a thing that should stay.
Yeah.
But
and it will. Those aren't going anywhere. The one good thing I have to say about the NHL is that they generally don't go back.
That is true. Well, yeah, okay.
I'm like, hold on a minute. Am I forgetting something?
Jerseys. Warm up.
Yeah, but that's not, in game.
It's not safety. Yeah, I know it's not safety.
That's a different conversation.
Yeah. And I'm like, there's all that whole drama.
Yeah, that is drama, but that's a different.
That's
and
a different
I agree with you, but that's a different conversation as opposed to safety. That it's we'll never see people not play with helmets again.
That is very true. That is definitely a true thing because there's just too much information now about concussions, and I like my first.
Which the NHL doesn't like talking about.
Yeah,
they're still big CTE deniers, which is upsetting.
But didn't somebody recently just get had their autopsy report say that that's what they died from?
Probably, and Gary Bettman says there's no evidence.
Okay, if football players are getting it, it's happening to fucking hockey players too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone admits it except for Gary Bettman, which, say what you will about him. He's done some really bad things for the league. He's done some really great things for the league. No denying it. But like, this is one thing that just admit it.
This is one of the reasons why we all hate him.
It opens up to lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuits, which is why it won't happen. But
yeah. But yeah, at least they'll continue to try to make the sport as safe as possible. There's just certain things you can't take out of the sport. Like, I know they try to limit the fighting. Like, we've talked about it recently with the whole goalie fight, like potential goalie fight. Like, they don't want the goalies fighting, but it's like, but that would be a lot of fun to watch.
Oh, here's my issue with fighting. I enjoy a fight. I think it's fun. It's scary. Don't get me wrong, but a good fight, it gets everyone out of their seats, gets everyone yelling and cheering, especially like live in the building. No one ever goes, "Oh my God, there's a fight. I'm going to sit down and not watch." Like, it doesn't happen.
No.
So the refs, the goalie fight that we didn't get to see, the refs broke it up immediately. Okay, I understand protecting the goalie. It's kind of a big deal. He's an important player.
Yeah.
But then you have the Carolina-Washington game from last week.
Yes.
Where, drawing blank on names, I don't follow the teams close enough, but
I know one of them was McMichael.
McMichael got his head slammed on the ice.
Yes.
But like, where were the refs to break up that one? The second his helmet came off, they should have stopped the fight.
Yeah, that one was a little bit
which brutal. They shouldn't have allowed to start in the first place. I.e. the goalies. Yeah. Like you have to pick a lane. You can't do this fight's okay, but this fight isn't.
And you can see towards the end of that fight with McMichael and the Hurricanes player, McMichael was trying to get away. Like, he was done with the fight. He was no longer kind of like into it. He didn't want to be doing it. He was like, he was kind of like at his point where he's like, okay, I'm tapping out kind of moment, because that's what hockey players do in their fights. They tend to tap out if they are exhausted. They're done. And the Carolina player went and grabbed him, swung him around, and slammed him down on the ice. Like, that's not okay.
Yeah. And so it's, like I said, you have to pick a lane.
Mm-hmm.
Which, to me, I think the lane should be let the goalies fight.
Yeah. Go to the Jeannot Rempe fight. Rempe fell. Jeannot picked him back up to continue the fight, but the refs broke it off.
Which is what should have happened. Once you go down, that's it. Fight's over.
But they wanted to continue. So, like...
They always want to continue.
Not always. But...
Well, no, it depends on the players. A lot of them know. You've gone down. Fight's over. Let's untangle, calmly.
Yeah.
No
but
cheap
Rempe
shots.
And Jeannot didn't really get that much of a fight. And so I think that's why, like, Jeannot helped Rempe back up to kind of like, okay, let's keep going kind of thing, because I think Jeannot himself realized that, like, this wasn't a fair fight, but also watching a man that big get taken down by a man that small.
Which could be, that's what I hope is what happened. It could also have been, Rempe had a mouth on him and Jeannot was like, I'm not done with you.
That is true. I don't know what his mouth is. Like, that's the thing. I need these kids to be mic'd up more, and I need them to release their recordings so I can know what they're like.
The thing is, Jeannot's not even that old, but compared to Rempe, it could have been an okay boomer moment, and that just sent them, across the wires.
I need Bedard mic'd up. I need Rempe mic'd up. I need Macklin mic'd up. I need...
I was like, why do we need Bedard mic'd up? I'm like, oh yeah, he got kicked out of 2 games.
Exactly. That's why I need him mic'd up.
What if it wasn't that he said something like horribly egregious, but he was just using the language of an 18 or 19-year-old, and the refs are like, I don't know what that means, so you get out of here.
He said like skibbity toilet or something.
Exactly. Yeah. And the ref's like, you know what? Skip to my loo and get the fuck out of here. Yeah.
Oh my god, that would be actually really funny.
See,
this is why I need them mic'd up. This is why I need them mic'd up. I need to know.
What, 19, 20 years old, and the ref is like 65? Like, it absolutely could have just been a misunderstanding.
It could have been, but this is why I need them mic'd up, okay? I need them mic'd up. I need to know what's happening.
That's why, someone might have been, but they won't release it because, a millennial looked at the footage and went like, oh, this is actually really embarrassing. Turns out what Bedard said is completely harmless and that the old ref just didn't understand it.
I need all the mic'd ups. I just need them unfiltered, uncut. I need them. I need to know what's being said. Maybe I don't really actually want to know what's being said, but at most times I want to know what's being said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I need Drew Doughty mic'd up all the time. All the time.
He should be.
He's so fucking funny.
When he retires, I want a supercut of like his games.
And not censored.
Yeah.
Don't bleep out the curse words. Let me have them.
I'll pay for it.
Right?
Yeah. Like, you want to make money off of me? You give me, a 2-hour cut of him just talking shit during games. I'll give you $50 for that. Maybe 100 if you include
I was
playoffs.
like,
Like
I would
just
go 100. Yeah. I'm like, I will listen. I will play that so often. You have no idea how much I would watch that.
It'll be my new go-to. I'm like, man, it's been a rough day at work. I'm going to pour a drink. And I'm just going to watch Drew Doughty yell at people.
Yep. I think it would be great. It would be
phenomenal.
So good. I would love that so much. And then but then you have like Kopitar mic'd up on the opposite side, and he's just like, "Oh, thank you for the information, bud. Thank you," and then skates away.
I don't want that Kopitar. I want the. What did Doughty just say? He just said what? Like, I want the ref coming over and be like, "You need to get control of Dewey." Like, why? Like, he just said blah 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 blah. And Kopitar's like, oh. I'll talk to him. That's the Kopitar audio I want.
You know, they are perfect teammates because of that. Because Drew is unhinged and Kopitar is the calm, like, okay.
Because one of them's a 15-year-old child and the other one's a disappointed dad. Yeah.
Yes.
He has the ever-present "I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed" look. Just
yeah. It's perfect. That's why he's so good with the kids on the team. Both of them, honestly. Oh my god. But yeah, I just mic'd up for me is great. Did you see the Fogel's mic'd up for today?
I did not know.
Oh, it was picture day mic'd up. So it was a good one. I learned he doesn't drink coffee.
Well, that's a sociopath.
Right? What does he drink? Tea?
Give me stupid.
Please be at least tea.
I bet it's tea, but it's not tea. I bet he's like, I wake up and I have my kombucha.
Oh my! Yeah. He adapted the LA lifestyle way too quickly.
Or it's the mushroom tea, or like it's.
Oh, they became LA boys way too fast. Some of
I
them.
hope it's that. Otherwise, he's just like, no, I don't just caffeine. Caffeine's a drug.
I hope not.
I don't want to project this on him. No, I like Warren Fogle. I want him to
I
stay.
do too.
Yeah, so
I love
never
Fogle.
mind. No.
I love Fogle. He makes me very happy he's on my team because he's actually a better player than the Oilers fans told us he was.
I'm glad he's here. I'm glad he's here for 2 more years after this one.
Me too. Oh my goodness.
But speaking of players who do need a contract and who are not signed up after this year,
Gabby?
Gabby's one of them.
Okay.
That man, I don't think he's quite doubled his contract yet.
But he's getting there. Show me playoffs. Show me playoffs. That's what I want.
Double his contract puts him at Doughty money. He's making 5.875. So, just a hair under 6.
Is he worth
12? No.
No.
Is he worth 9?
I
like Darnell Nurse money?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But then you have like Cale Makar at 9.5, I think.
He's definitely better than Nurse.
He's better than Nurse. He's not Cale Makar, but he's a different type of player.
Yeah.
So
I think 9 is a good number for him.
I think if Rob Blake can sign Gavrikov for that range, the 8 to 9 million range.
Yeah.
Plus or minus, $500,000 either way.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, he's 29, so 6 years.
He's 29?
He's 29, yeah.
Why did I think he's older? Whew.
Yeah, if they can do 6 years at 9, I'll even go up to 10 just because the cap's going up.
Yeah, I think that's good. I know that Kempe needs an extension too.
Yeah, he's up at the end of the year. Yeah. Few other players up. Trevor Lewis, if he wants to come back he's at $800,000 right now. If he wants to come back for that again, fantastic.
I think he's retiring.
Maybe. Riddick's up at the end of the year. Sorry to say it, but sorry.
Bye, Riddick.
Dave.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Tanner Jeannot.
Ooh, resign.
He's at 2.665 right now, so bump him up to 3, maybe 4.
Mm-hmm.
a couple of years for 2 to 4 years, absolutely.
Yeah.
But the big one, the super big one to me right now, not blank check like a lot of people are saying, but Mr. Andrei Kuzmenko.
Oh, yes, re-sign.
His contract is up
Yes.
at the end of this season. Now, currently, he's making peanuts at 2.75.
Okay.
Like double that easily. Yeah. Like
I would even go 8.
I would go 8. Yeah. I mean, we have to see, obviously cap shenanigans and who's coming and who's going, and do they re-sign this person? Do they not? Does this person get traded? But with as it stands now, the cap's going up what, like 5 million, give or take, next season. Kings currently have 2 million in space, so that would give them about 7 million to play with. Gavrikov, if you put him up, another 5 or another 4, then that eats up into that. So it's there'll be some shenanigans that need to get done. There's a couple of RFAs as well. Nothing too crazy, but
I think
sign him for as long as possible. Now he's 29 as well, so again, maybe 6 years, 6 times 6.
Yeah, I'm good with it
because he has been just
phenomenal,
just a special little boy, a 29-year-old little boy since he's shown up.
He's been so good. He's been an incredible addition for the Kings. He's been a way better player than we were sold. He's also just like, people are showing comparison pictures of him sitting on benches with the other teams he's been on, being sad, depressed boy, and he just seems so happy with the Kings. He is always got that big old grin on his face. He loves his teammates. Like, he's constantly just like over and talking to them. Like, he just seems to be so happy.
And did you hear the Kopitar remark about him?
No.
Or what he said about Kopitar?
No.
So one of the knocks on him coming into this season, or coming over to the team, was that he doesn't play defense.
Okay.
That's just not part of his game. It's like, okay, well, that's, for some players, that's just not what they do.
Yeah.
And I guess early on, he didn't back check hard enough, and he got the look from Kopitar. And so, like, the next shift or the next game, like, he started defending hard. And he was asked about it after the game, like, your defense has really gone up. Like, what's going on here? He's like, I didn't want to get the look from Kopitar.
The disappointed dad look?
The disappointed dad look. So Kopitar's changed his game for him. It's made him already so much better.
That's what Kopitar does, though. Kopitar elevates these guys. That's just what he does. Like, I don't care what people say about him having his slumps. These players would not be better if it wasn't for him. Because, like,
he's done so well.
Like, okay, England, I know he's not on the team anymore, got his first NHL goal because of Kopitar. Come on.
But with Kuzmenko,
yeah,
playing up there with him, someone who has been essentially thrown away by 3 teams now. Which the first one was really stupid. Vancouver never should have let him go. But he went 7 games without a point. He's played 17 games now. Went the first 7 games without a point. Now he has 11 points in 10 games. Like, all he had to do, Stella got her groove back, and now here she goes.
Yep. I'm a big, like, yep, let's re-sign him. He's been doing really well with the team, and it, like, he going on to the Kings team, he still had, like, not the greatest strength in English. He was still very much relying on Russian, but because he's with the Kings, he's been trying to learn English. And I'm just like, what, like, that's crazy that he's been on other teams that hasn't made him feel the need to try to communicate with his teammates before until now. Like, that's, he obviously knew some English, but the fact that he wants to know more is huge.
And he's had Russian teammates, definitely in Philadelphia where he came from.
Yeah, and he's got Gavi on
Calgary,
the
I'm drawing a blank on, but I'm certain there's probably one or two there. And then same with Vancouver. And if it's not, a regular person, there's probably someone nearby. But yeah, Gavrikov is, which you have to imagine, like, because he loves it here.
Yeah.
So maybe he's just, for all we know, because Manko's living with him, or at least they're hanging out and spending time together, which I think they played
together
in Russia at some point, right?
Yeah.
So they're buddies. So it's old friends. It's all working out. It's like when they brought Lewis back for Dewey.
Mm-hmm. I don't care what anybody says. Lewis was important for him. It's just I won't.
But Kuzmenko's been such an amazing addition, and I want him to stay forever and ever now.
No, yeah, I do too. Like, I think we got him for a fucking steal.
Yeah, a third rounder.
Yeah,
for someone who's putting up points at this rate.
And Philly is still retaining half his salary.
Oh, they are, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay, so those numbers I mentioned earlier then are wrong. Which means he's probably making almost 6.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, Flyers are retaining half of it. So.
Yep.
Sign him for the same then.
Yep.
Or sign him for 6, maybe 7. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the other thing. Like, we got him for a fucking steal.
Third round, half retained, man.
And we got also a pick on top of him. Not a great pick, but we got a pick on top of him.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I look at this and I look at everyone who on trade deadline day was just like, oh, fire Blake. He didn't do anything. Fuck off.
And now they're all quiet because
11 points in 10 games.
It's just,
he's a +8.
Today, I gotta pull it up again. I gotta find it. So, yes, there it is. Daily Faceoff put out an article, and like it was the Stanley Cup ingredients, and one of the reporters identified 7 common traits among the past 10 Stanley Cup champs, and decided to put that to all the teams who are currently in the possibility of either may have a playoff spot or going to get a playoff spot. He did it with all teams, but he did it with the playoff ones especially. And Kings have 6 out of 7 of those things. So do Avalanche, Oilers, and Jets. But Kings have 6 out of 7 of those things. I can read them off. So team weight, if they're like heaviest team, by like weight. So it's like, are you one of the 10 heaviest teams in the NHL by average player weight? Number 2, top 10 scorers. Do you have a player with 50 or more games played who ranks top 10 in points per game? Top 10 goalie. It's save percentage. I'm like, I don't really need to go further than that with who we have.
He's been goals against probably until the last game. He was, I think he overtook
for a little bit.
Hellebuyck. He was number 1.
Yeah. Expected goal differential. So
I hate that stat. Yeah.
Penalty killing efficiency. Stanley Cup rings. Do you have at least one player who's won the Stanley Cup before? Is one of the things as well. Teams do. Yeah.
4.
Yeah. And then trade deadline acquisitions. Did you acquire at least one NHL roster player with 2 months of the deadline this season? So, which the Kings did.
Within 2 months of the deadline?
Yeah.
No, they got him at the deadline, so not within 2 months.
No, he qualifies.
Does he?
Yeah.
Then I am misunderstanding the statement, because to me, within 2 months is before the deadline. So, like, did we get him in January? Which they did not.
So it's meaning the 2 months
between the deadline and the end.
Yeah,
No,
yes.
Even then, there's only like 6 weeks. Anyway, regardless, they got
Whatever.
their player at the
It still counts. So yeah, there's only 4 teams that have that. So nobody has all 7. There's 4 teams that have 6. Everybody else is gonna like it starts to taper off. Like there's 6 teams that have 5. So like it was just interesting to see that the fact that the Kings were one of those teams that like they identified with that has a common trait, these common traits with Stanley Cup winning teams. Just sucks that the Oilers are also there, but
but that means if when the Kings get past the Oilers, and there's only 2 other teams that they have to deal with,
Avalanche and Jets.
Which those 2 teams,
the Kings can beat.
One of them might take out the other.
Yeah,
potentially.
Well, okay, so if Jets beat the Avalanche, Kings can beat the fucking Jets, no problem.
Well, the issue, so right now it would be Jets, Jets, Minnesota, and then Colorado, Dallas.
Yeah.
Which would presumably, assuming Colorado wins, would go to a Winnipeg, Colorado second round with a Kings, Vegas, probably second round. So you'd be looking at a conference final, hopefully, of Kings, Jets or Kings, Avs. Which between those 2, I would really hope for the Jets.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Kings can beat Hellebuck.
Well, you also, it's the Kings have a lot of history with the Jets, currently with Filardi, Iafallo, Lewis.
Which Filardi's hurt again, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's been out for a while. Which means, he would be back just in time for that.
Yeah.
But the Avs, currently, Darcy Kemper won a cup with the Avs. So it could be fun, beat your old team, win another cup.
It could. You know what? Playoffs are looking kind of fun right now, and I don't know why, but I'm
so excited for them. Washington clinched the Metro today without having to play because the Hurricanes lost.
Oof. I'm like Ottawa clinched as well today.
Ottawa clinched, which that's exciting
for them.
I'm excited. They haven't been in the playoffs since 2017.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to these playoffs, and it's weird because I've dreaded the playoffs the last 2 years.
I'm looking at this East, and I love the way it's shaping up. Like Montreal is probably
they're getting that last wild card spot.
They should.
I don't see any other teams catching up to them this late.
You've got 4 teams: Rangers, Red Wings, Islanders, Blue Jackets. All have 5 games left.
Yeah.
There is a world where any one of those teams wins those 5 games. Montreal has 4 games left.
Oh.
If they lose those 4 games, is it likely? No. Is it possible? Yes.
I think if Detroit was able to win today against Montreal, there would have been a better chance for Detroit. I don't think Detroit's one of them.
But like that, God, I hope it's not the Islanders, but the Blue Jackets can do it. No.
I will root for the Blue Jackets for Johnny.
Yes.
Yeah.
But so right now, the East is shaping up to a first round Battle of Ontario with Toronto and Ottawa, and a Battle of Florida.
Yep.
Which, even though I would like to see the Maple Leafs advance, if
I know what you want, I don't want that though.
At this point, though, I'm kind of pulling for Ottawa and Florida to get a Tkachuk second round.
I don't want that.
Oh my goodness, they'll beat the shit out of each other.
I don't want it.
Or if
Toronto
Ottawa wins and Florida loses,
Tampa.
Then you get Matthew Tkachuk following Brady around.
Man, I don't really care. I don't care about the Tkachuks.
Ah, come on.
I do not care about them. I do not like them. Nope.
Yeah. You say that until Brady's like, I want out of Ottawa, LA, sign me.
I don't like Brady. He looks like a thumb.
Yeah, he does. But oh man, that thumb will beat the hell out of you. No.
I don't like him. He's a thumb with teeth. It's ugh. I am so mean.
I will take either Kachuk on the Kings any day of the week.
Nope, I'm good. I'll take Marner still. I'll take Marner. I'm disappointed we didn't get Geeky from Boston. I feel like I'm owed some shit right now.
Those are such different players.
I know, but I don't care. Those are the ones I want.
Like going with either Kachuk versus Marner, I'm like, okay, I'll listen to an argument. And you're like, but Morgan Geeky. I'm like, no.
I just want Geeky for the last name, honestly.
There's another Geeky in the league too.
I know.
There's two of them.
I know. I just want a jersey that says Geeky on the back.
You can get one.
But I don't want a different team.
You don't have to. You can go to the team store and it's like, hey, I want this on the back of a Kings jersey. They'll look at you like you're weird.
So weird. Yeah.
But you could do it. You don't need them on the team.
Damn, if they did the Star Wars jerseys again, and if they actually sold them, that would be the perfect time to have Geeky on the back.
That would be a good one.
Right?
Just saying. Yeah, you can do it.
I'm not going to, though. I'm going to get a player that's actually on the team. Kopitar.
Yeah.
I still need to get Kopitar in the new.
Let's get Kuzmenkatar and just
Kuzmenkatar.
Then it sounds like a Star Wars character. It all works out. Yeah.
It does sound like a Star Wars character, actually.
Andre Kuzmenkatar. It's
we could change the first name to Adrian so we can get Kempe in there.
Perfect. You get the whole line.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But no, I'm not happy with. With those teams, I want Toronto and Tampa to advance. Florida and Ottawa, get out of here.
I'll take Florida over Tampa just because I'm tired of Tampa.
I'm tired of Florida. I know I haven't seen them much, but I'm tired of Florida. Yeah,
Tampa won 2 in a row. They went to a third.
So it's not like they're going to make it past round 2.
If they're playing the Leafs, they probably will.
I believe in the Leafs this year.
I know Leaf fans that don't believe in the Leafs.
I couldn't say that with a straight face. Okay, fine. If Tampa wouldn't make it past round 3.
But I'm very excited for the Eastern playoffs. The West is, I think, better teams.
Oh yeah.
Oddly enough, but the playoff matches aren't as fun.
I think the West prediction, just a general prediction, like I'm not even go specific team winning the cup right now, but I do believe it's going to be a Western team.
Well, I can see that.
I don't know. I'm not gonna. I want to be like, yeah, it's gonna be the Kings, but I also just I feel like I would have to put my foot in my mouth if I was that confident with a true projection.
At this point, I'm happy for the Kings to play Edmonton again. I'm looking forward to it. It's my preferred matchup because the other option is the Kings take first place in the division, which would have them playing the Blues, and I don't like it. I don't want to see a team that's just ended a 12-game winning streak right before the playoffs start.
Now it's time for them just to lose all the time. Though.
Maybe it's time for them to start another 12-game winning streak.
And then lose.
Because I think, weren't they on a 6-game winning streak? And then the Kings beat them, and then it turned into the 12-game winning streak.
Oh.
They came out of the Four Nations hot.
Yeah.
3 games against the Kings, won 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
The Kings beat them, and then they proceeded to go on the 12-game streak. So I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah. Well, maybe another team will take them out. Maybe we'll get lucky.
I mean, it's probably going to be Vegas if anyone does it.
Maybe Vegas will take them out, and we'll get lucky.
Which, if they do, it'll be if everything goes our way, a Kings Knights second round matchup. Yay!
I think the Kings can take them. I think they could do it.
I think the Blues might beat them up just enough to make it
easier for the Kings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like, it's come out that like the Oilers hate playing the Kings first round because they're so beat up.
Yeah.
After the first round.
And I think that's what's going to happen this time.
Yeah.
Hopefully Jeannot gets back and we'll get the line we talked about last week of Malott, Jeannot, Hellenius.
Yes.
And I want them to start every game. I want them to start every period.
Against the Oilers?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I yeah, but it is kind of nice to hear, though, that they hate playing us first round because we beat them up. It is kind of nice to hear.
It's nice, but it's like, yeah.
But we want to beat them.
Yeah, you don't like playing our team. Yeah.
We want to beat them. No. The Oilers team that played the other night, for sure the Kings can beat. But
which I have to, like, I'm torn. I truthfully am like, I want to see, don't get me wrong, if I knew that, Draisaitl and McDavid are going to be out for the first round, yeah, sign me up. Because, Edmonton might win a game or two in that situation, but they're not going to be, win a best of 7. But, oh my God, the belly aching.
Yeah.
That is Kings fans will have to deal with, regardless of how far the Kings go afterwards.
That's the one thing I'm not looking forward to with the whole fucking round is dealing with the Oilers fans.
Yeah, like it's from a win-loss perspective, leave those guys out. From an integrity, I guess, perspective, I hope that they're there. Like, I would like to see both teams at full strength, beating the hell out of each other.
The fans are horrible. We kind of touched on it just real quick with the whole them getting upset over Gudas's hit on Perry. They whine about everything and think the refs are against them on everything. And that just like, I'm like, you think the refs are against you? Did you watch the series that we just watched? Like,
in their defense, and this, I don't like the Oilers. This is tough to say, but if you ISO cam Connor McDavid, he gets like 30 penalties drawn against him every night, but they only call like 4. The amounts of hooks and slash and roughing and interference that guy goes through that's not called is ridiculous, because if they did, the game would be played 5-on-3.
He's just not an asshole, so I don't really care.
Oh no, look, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm saying that it's a good thing that the refs are against them, because otherwise, I don't want to watch the Oilers play. Again, it would be 5-on-3, just because the amount of penalties that people take on McDavid that are not called. Like, it would be two periods worth of it. So it's let them bitch and moan. They're not wrong, but that doesn't make it right.
I don't know. I don't care, really. Like, there's certain things that they are very... a lot of times the fans have to slow down things to be like, see, this is the call they missed. And it's like, but how fast did it happen live? Like, come on.
It goes back to me, like, with the replays.
Yeah.
Watch it. If it worked, if you can't see it, slow it down once, maybe twice, and then move on.
Yeah. So that's my gripe, is that they feel the need to slow down everything, like frame by frame, and being like, see, right here is how he hit him, and this is why this should have been a penalty, or he touched his stick for a second, which just reminded me the fucking Byfield goal, though. That Byfield goal.
Kings lost, but oh my God, the stick work between him and Kemper with that save.
That was so cool too. Yeah, no, the Kings really should have won that game for Byfield and Kemper. Like, it was not fair. But yeah, no, because people like that goal from Byfield was getting shown across hockey Twitter by different media, by the NHL,
so
by Spit and Chicklets, by so many of them, and people are like, but he's holding the other guy's stick, and it's just like, do you think it's a disadvantage that the fact that he was holding another player's stick when he did that?
And
like,
how do you think? Why do you think he was holding it?
Exactly.
The other player shoved it up there. It's
like what? Like, it was such a good goal. The fact that he was able to knock it down and then gorgeous. Which the Kings tweeted out, General Grievous, is that you, with the still frame of him with the two sticks and the way that he's holding out and has the picture of Grievous. And Star Wars, the official Star Wars account, tweeted back.
Oh, that's fun.
Right? So that was a cool, like, worlds collide moment. So, yeah, that goal, though, was great. Just wish the Kings won.
You know what? Let him get the bad losses out now.
Yeah. Oh, the Knights Avalanche game might be going into overtime.
Go Avs, go.
Do we really want the Avs to win?
Over the Knights? Yeah.
Do we want to be in reach of first place?
No.
Then, okay, the Knights need to win. This is the struggle now. We've never been in this struggle with the Kings of being like, oh.
No, because if it goes to overtime, then they still get a point, takes them out of reach, and they can still lose. There we go.
Okay,
Best of both worlds.
Okay, fine. You're right. But it's weird feeling being like, oh, the Kings have a chance to take first place in the division.
Yeah, that part's nice.
It's weird. It's not a familiar feeling at all.
Never mind just, first place. It's the time of year where you start rooting for teams that you don't normally.
Yeah.
Where last night I'm like, yeah, fucking go Ducks, go. Yeah.
Right?
Or fly Ducks, whatever their stupid chants are. Yeah.
I think it's fly.
Quack. Yeah.
I don't know, the duck bill shit. Whatever. They do duck calls. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it is the time of year where you start rooting for other teams that you don't normally root for. Like, clearly still not rooting for the Oilers, but it's still like rooting for the Knights is like so random. And like, because I've rooted for them recently, they let us down. I was like, thanks for fucking nothing. Yeah.
And tomorrow it's gonna be more of the same stuff.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird feeling. I'm not used to it with the Kings, though, being this, like, in a good spot.
Yeah, tomorrow night it's go Blues and go. Actually, the other one doesn't matter. It's Flames Ducks. Neither of them.
Neither of them. Yeah, Flames are
Flames aren't eliminated yet, but
they're pretty close to being eliminated.
I think tomorrow night can do it.
They could have been eliminated tonight, too. I don't think they did, though.
No, at least not yet.
Yeah. But there was
tomorrow. Go Blues.
That's a weird one. Yeah. Oh, it's going to be so much fun the next week. We're going to finish up the season. We're not going to record another episode until the season's done, because at that point, we might as well just wait until after the last game.
Right, which is 9 days from now.
Yeah. So we'll wrap up the season in that episode, talk about playoffs and most likely what to expect. Make our predictions. I don't know. We'll do something.
We'll know all the matchups then.
Yeah.
There'll be more to talk about. We can dive into everything a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. But Kings only really have 2 games left that really, like, matter in the sense of, like, these are playoff teams. The other 3 are just teams that are going to try to ruin things for us. So,
but still all important in the standings.
Yes, very much so. Oh God, there's only 5 games left,
and one of them is against the Oilers.
I know, and one of them is against Avalanche.
Yeah. Which that game can go either way. It's the Oilers one that I care about,
and it's in Edmonton.
Yeah. Hopefully that's the last game in Edmonton for a little while, and the Kings secure their home ice advantage in that game.
Yeah, that would be nice. Well, I think the magic number is 4 now for them to get home ice. So literally, they actually could win the next 2 games and get home ice.
Fingers crossed. Well, that's what the Ducks are for.
Yep.
And then we'll just see about Colorado. Last game didn't go great against them, but the game before that, Kings won. So
it wasn't the worst game against Colorado either. It could have been better, but it wasn't the worst.
It was a good game. It's just things just didn't go their way.
Yeah, and this one's it's home, and Kings are typically better at home. It's also fan appreciation night.
Fan appreciation afternoon.
Okay, whatever. But it's also fan appreciation, so you guys should appreciate your fans and win. I am kidding.
The other option is we appreciate our fans. Here's a Cale Makar hat trick.
We appreciate our fans. You all get a free jersey.
I take that back. I thought the Kings won the last game. No, they've 4-2 lost to Colorado, 4-0 lost to Colorado, and now now this.
Yeah.
My mistake.
It's okay. Yeah, I don't really have much more because really those are the big things for this past week.
I'm just about done, but as I pulled up the game center to look at the that Colorado Avalanche game, the players to watch.
Yeah.
Nathan MacKinnon, 7 points in his last 5 games. Matched up against Andrei Kuzmenko, 7 points in his last 5 games. So, just saying.
So you're saying Kuzmenko is just as good as MacKinnon?
Yeah. Nathan MacKinnon, 3 goals in his last 5 games. Adrian Kempe, 4 goals in his last 5 games.
Oh, so you're saying Adrian Kempe is just as good as MacKinnon?
The only advantage they have is assists with Devin Taves with 5 goals versus Kopitar, with 5 assists versus Kopitar with 4. So
okay, it's 1 assist. It's fine. It's fine. Kopitar can get like 5 assists in the next game. You know, who knows? He really could, honestly.
This is I think they're actually pretty evenly matched.
That feels foreign. I don't understand. What do you mean the Kings are evenly matched against Nathan MacKinnon and Cale Makar?
They definitely have the advantage of goal.
Oh yeah.
So
our superstar, Darcy Kemper. It's a shame he wasn't and didn't play for Team Canada.
Which is what's going to make that Knights Blue series so good, is because that's the 2 Canadian goalies.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see. We're assuming that happens.
Yeah.
Everything can still go sideways. A lot can happen in 5 games.
Yep.
And we will know.
All we know is that the Kings are in the playoffs. That's all we know. The Kings have clinched playoff spot. Yeah. We're good. We have that. That's all that matters, right?
Yeah.
The Kings are in the playoffs. Unlike some other teams in California.
Yeah, those teams don't count.
Yeah, we don't know. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm good. Are you good?
I'm good. On that note, yeah.
Cool.
I think that's good.
See you for playoffs, everybody.
Woo-hoo.